I fucked up. God damn it.
I fucked up already.
Welcome to
CryptTeaze Family Fun Night.
Hey everybody, I'm Chase Will.
I'm Lucas Liner.
And I'm flattered to be here. Audioflesh coming at you.
And this is CryptTeaze Family Fun Night 2020 Year in Review Edition. Today we're talking about all things that came out in 2020. Movies, video games, TV shows, The fucking Walking Dead, everything. And goddamn, for what year it's been with quarantine and COVID and all that, it has been a hell of a good year for movies and shit too. I mean, it hasn't been bad. Lucas, what do you think?
I would say it's definitely forced a lot of creators to get creative. I mean, especially in the early months where restrictions were dubious, and you could argue they still are, but this isn't a political show. We won't go down that road. It's too far.
Let's get dark. Let's get really dark.
I'll try not to. I make no promises. But no, it's forced people to get creative, and the result has been really interesting to see. And I'm also very much invested in seeing how it shapes the film industry going forward with things like the premium video on demand, HBO Max's latest edict about their concurrent streaming on their service as well as release in theaters. So there's a lot of lasting effects that this could all have on the industry. Yeah. And I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'm definitely interested to see what happens.
Well, if anybody's getting shortchanged, it's movie theaters too, because they can't open new movies, and that's like a lot of their revenue. Stuff like the new Avengers movies being delayed, big name horror movies by Blumhouse and stuff, either being delayed or going straight to at-home streaming. Sam, you can probably inform on that. Like, what's been new with you? What movies have you seen this year, Sam?
Oh, wow. I've been watching a lot of old movies. I gotta see here. What have I seen this year? I don't even know. Was it this year, The Color Out of Space?
I think it was this year.
It might have been like February or so. So yeah, that sounds right.
I'm pretty sure it was February. Yeah.
As far as the cosmic horror, I really enjoyed that. As crazy as Nicolas Cage's roles have been, which I've been enjoying, his more B-roll, how he's kind of settled into the B-horror films. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was an excellent cast, and I just thought visually it did the justice it was supposed to do. I'm sure when you guys mention it, I'll come to think of it. I can't think of a lot of what new stuff I've seen.
I liked Color Out of Space. Was surprising to me, like how much I liked it. It's by the same guy. I'm not going to be able to remember the name offhand. I'm sure somebody's going to add it in the comments maybe. He was the guy who did Island of Dr. Moreau, the movie that got taken away from him, and another director took it over. Color Out of Space was his new passion project, his new baby. And you can really tell because that movie was fucking phenomenal, right down to the effects, the story, the characters. It was great to watch. And Nicolas Cage was at his Nicolas Cageiest since Mandy. And like that guy does everything, I found out. Like he doesn't say no to projects anymore. I think it's because of like a money issue. But if you offer him a project, he'll say yes. So any directors listening, contact Nicolas Cage. You'll get.
We need to have him on Family Fun Night.
Oh, holy shit! Could you imagine?
We need to have him on Family Fun Night.
We should. Just bring up old ass movies like what was that bad one? Oh yeah, The Wicker Man. Let's have bees in the podcast. See that big thing of bees.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We're going off subject. I'm sorry. We're going to do that a lot. Going off subject is us at our best. So if you're listening.
Is there even a subject with this one? It's very much but I just kicked my fucking stand. We're just.
Okay, so have you guys seen the new movie Underwater? That's another kind of Lovecraftian movie. Have you guys seen it or heard of it?
I fucking been meaning to because it actually, goddamn them, because it actually made me want to see a Kristen Stewart picture.
Not a bad actress. She's really good. I gotta say, she's a good actor. I can't tell if you're frozen or just not reacting. She's not a bad actress. I'm just saying that. Like, she's not as bad as people gave her shit for Twilight. It's just that script didn't call for any actual acting because nothing in that fucking script is realistic.
That's true. I also could appreciate on that subject, I think we alluded to this before, but nobody fucking hated that movie more than the two stars of it, Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. Like just nobody fucking hates that movie more.
But okay, going back to the subject, Underwater, starring Kristen Stewart, T.J. Miller, and a couple other big names I can't remember offhand. That was a great fucking movie. Like, you wouldn't think so from the trailer. It kind of shortchanged it. It's a team of scientists stuck underwater trying to go across the ocean floor to the other base. I think it's a satellite base of some sort, and they're encountering a Lovecraftian kind of creature who is not really actively trying to stop them, but they're trying to get through it or past it. And it is the most cinematic underwater movie I've seen, and it's not saying a lot because I haven't seen a lot of underwater movies. But damn it, it was good. Sam,
it's fine because like I saw the trailer for it and thought it looked amazing, and then I promptly didn't go to see it because I got busy. Because that was in January when shit hadn't totally gone pear-shaped.
Yeah. Sam, how's your year been? Like, what's been new with you?
Now I don't even know how to answer.
Fuck.
Gone. No.
But no, for guys who don't know, Audioflesh, Sam, he runs the iNation. It's a fucking phenomenal group in Bowling Green. He's a DJ in his spare time. He is making some big fucking moves. There's a movie coming out soon. Can you tell about the movie anything?
The movie, we filmed it, part of Glitch Mode Recordings. They just renamed. It's now Glitch Mode Media.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
And just filmed a movie. Director Sean Payne. It's called Steel City Nightmares. Basically a wire horror film. Kind of in the vein of Tetsuo the Iron Man. And then there was one on Netflix that I think has like a similar vibe. It's a brand new one. I had seen part of it as reference to what we were doing. But we had a phenomenal cast. It was filmed in Chicago. Basically about people after a pandemic that have to wear masks everywhere to be safe. And the thing that they get addicted to the most is media. And that media ends up trying to murder them. And if the media doesn't murder them, it kind of incapacitates them. They're just kind of, what's the word? They're just kind of frozen by it. Yeah.
Basically Twitter.
What?
Basically
I'm looking.
Twitter.
Sorry, I was looking at my Twitter.
Consuming you.
Wow. But yeah, it was a fun film. We took 2 weeks to shoot it. I know that with the pandemic, the editing has been challenging. You would think that it's not, but there is a lot of footage to have to transfer. Like, we're talking about multiple terabytes of footage right now, so that we have to go through.
Yeah.
And I don't have an idea of when it's coming out, but I can say it should be fun. I mean, whatever it turns into, it'll be fun.
Well, here's something else I might be able to put a 2 cents in is the Blumhouse movies coming out on Amazon. I haven't seen any of them, but do you have any thoughts on Blumhouse as a company? I know you've probably seen something of theirs. Everybody's seen something about Blumhouse.
Is that a me question or is that a Lucas question? I'm sure I've seen a lot by Blumhouse. I know that the way that I feel about them. Did they do the newest Invisible Man?
Yeah, that was
yes.
Leigh Whannell. He wrote and directed it, I believe. If not, he wrote it.
Oh, I can tell you this much. I thought that was quite excellent.
Yeah.
I actually thought Invisible Man, that is one movie that I've seen this year that I was able to take the time off to watch it. And I can tell you that Invisible Man I thought was pretty excellent how they did it.
I was surprised.
A lot of newer studios, whether it's horror or not, the formulaic stuff tends to show, and I didn't really feel like it was marred by any of that. It was very well paced, and I would say that I legit felt uneasy at times watching it. I thought it was very well done.
Yeah. Also, I think Johnny Depp was supposed to play the Invisible Man before they gave it to Blumhouse. It was going to be part of that Universal Monsters thing they were doing after, what was that one, Lucas? The Mummy movie. After the Mummy.
Yeah, it was the Mummy that bombed.
Yeah, it bombed hard. That was a goddamn. I feel bad for everybody whose name is attached to that movie.
Yeah.
Well, not really bad because it's Tom Cruise and Gladiator guy who fights people, and a bunch of
Russell
other people
Crowe?
who probably deserve to have a bad movie come out in their name. Like I said, I feel so bad for these people. But yeah, like Johnny Depp was supposed to play the Invisible Man, but I'm really glad it went to somebody a little bit better suited for it, I guess. Because that movie, it surprised me in ways I couldn't be surprised before. It caught me off guard because Leigh Whannell wrote it, first of all, and his movies are kind of not formulaic, but you know what to expect with his name attached. You know when the jumps are going to be, you know what the surprises are going to be, you know to look out for a twist. And this movie, it delivered in ways I didn't think he was capable of writing.
The Invisible Man guy was the dude from the House on Haunted, or the you know what I'm saying, on
Haunting at
Netflix.
Hill House?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good segue because the sequel, I guess, came out this year on Netflix, The Haunting of Bly Manor. Did you guys watch that?
I did
I
not.
did not, but I know a lot of people were not thrilled with it.
See, I had the exact opposite reaction because I thought it was, if not as good as, better than the first one, because it was more horror based. It was based on the book Turn of the Screw, and there have been a lot of really shitty adaptations of that book. I think this year also there was The Turning. That was 2020, right?
I thought you said the turd and the screw, and then you said it was a really shitty adaptation.
We're not
All
going
right,
to
we're
that part
keeping
out.
that. We're keeping that.
Turning the screw. We're turning the screw here. That's a
Whole new
good
meaning to fuck that
summation.
shit.
That's a good summation of 2020. The turd and the screw.
Yeah.
That's the fairy tale we deserve. Not the one we need right now.
But the one we just.
But anyway, The Haunting of Bly Manor, that was a really well-written season. It was nice and tight. I think it was... That sounded kind of dirty. Sorry.
God damn it.
What I was saying was... Did I break Sam?
I think you did. That's not easy to do. It's really not easy to fucking break Sam. So
Okay.
well done.
Okay, if you're watching or listening, I'm sorry. Apparently, I broke our team. Sam, let us know you're alive.
I'm here. Oh, I'm in closet land, apparently. So,
Yeah.
Like I said, it was very tightly written. I'm gonna say that better this time.
God damn it! What did say the goddamn line?
Get through this. The Haunting of Bly Manor was very concise. Is that better than tight? It was
Point like a toga.
It told the story that's been around for 100-some years in a really refreshing, good way. I like the characters a lot. I like the pacing. I think there was only one episode where I think it didn't really belong in the season. It was kind of a filler episode. But other than that, that whole series, The Haunting of Bly Manor, was just fun. I mean, I went to bed at night thinking about it. I woke up thinking about it. Sam fell out of
God damn it! What?
I went to bed thinking about it. I woke up.
It gave me nightmares. That's what I meant. I went to bed thinking about it. I woke up thinking about it. I was hard.
I'm so sorry.
It was a very boner-fulfilling show.
I'm gonna drive over to Port Clinton just to kick you in the fucking balls, Chase. God damn it,
bro.
Stop this guy from drinking so much tequila.
There's no such thing as too much tequila. If you have too much tequila, you drink more, you're back around the circle, you start over. You're sober.
Yeah, that's not how that works, like at all.
This is why I'm never the DD, because if you're drunk, I'm just going to be like, drink more, you'll be sober again. Give it time.
You're the designated drinker.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
If you don't want a shot, I'll take the shot for you. I will take a shot for you, Sam. If somebody offers you a shot, I will take that shot for you.
That's disgusting. I'm not into that,
bullet
but
for you.
Jesus. You do your thing.
I won't take a bullet, but I'll take a shot. Anyhow, we're getting way off subject. I don't know how much we can edit out. Other
Jesus
movies,
Christ.
Freaky. Did you guys see the movie Freaky by Blumhouse? That was a good one.
I
Lucas,
haven't, but I fucking want to.
you guys didn't see that? I'm so disappointed in you. Huh?
I don't
I'm
know.
in my
I don't
Iraq
have
right
20
now.
bucks to drop on a fucking movie, bro. Like, I'm an educator by day. You know we don't get paid enough.
Lucas, what else have you seen this year?
I saw, let's see, I saw The Hunt.
What was it?
The Hunt.
I thought you said Pun. I'm like, that's a horror movie? Because it should be. I hate puns.
It could and very well should be. No, The Hunt with Hilary Swank, Betty Gilpin.
That was a good movie.
I really enjoyed it. It was, what got me about it is it was shocking in a different way. Like the kills very much were, even though you knew they were coming in certain places, it definitely was like that, oh, holy shit, like a kind of jump moment.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning when they're just realizing what's actually happening. And just the way that things unravel and nothing's as it seems, and there's all kinds of commentary about crisis actors and social media and snowflakes and all that. It was, I still crack up at the scene, and this isn't a spoiler at all, where the old couple in the gas station back and forth talking, and they're like, one uses the term black, which is by all accounts an accepted term, and the wife's like, we can't say that. We're allowed to say it. They're okay with that. It says who and PR, which is made up mostly of white people. We're the fucking worst. And I just died at that line. Because
I really thought it was funny. I didn't expect Emma Roberts. I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I thought she was going to be in the movie more. When I saw her name, I was like, that must be the main character.
Yeah, to see, like, because I got a Blu-ray through the library, so to see Betty Gilpin on the front, I was like, Emma Roberts is like the bigger name. So to see that was kind of, it threw me.
Well, see, that's why I feel like they should have gone with a different cover for the DVD Blu-ray, because having Betty Gilpin on the cover kind of tells people Emma Roberts isn't going to be in the whole movie. Not going to spoil how far she makes it, but she's not going to be on the cover.
It was surprising. Sure, but no, I really enjoyed it. I don't know, all of the controversy behind its release, where it was all like, oh, they're hunting conservatives, oh, they're this, oh, they're that. It's like, movies are supposed to take an idea and take it to the vast extreme. This is not a fucking new concept. Especially, I mean, you can make the case for this being like a slasher by proxy, just because of the body count we get and the gruesomeness of it. You can make a case for that. So it's like, this is not a new concept to be getting political in horror. And the fact that people were so like pissed off about it was just like, really, dude?
What I liked about it wasn't really saying one way or the other. You know, one side was right, one side was wrong. Even the ending where, you know, one side is clearly wrong as the character goes, it's not too one-sided as far as the movie as a whole goes. It's not making fun of the left or the right too much. If anything, it's kind of taking a shot at the left, which I think is refreshing, because, you know, I feel like the Democrats don't really get it a whole lot of sand in the face when it comes to movies anymore. It's always the right. And even if you disagree, I feel like your side should still be taking some shit, because both sides are pretty fucking stupid at times.
That was
deep. It was an equal opportunity.
That was very deep and fulfilling, and
it's an equal opportunity offender, but in such a way that everybody was. It was an equal opportunity offender in the way that it was like. It took shots at both sides, literally and figuratively. So yeah. I can really appreciate that.
It's a good movie. What was the worst movie you've seen this year? Either one of you.
Before we even get to that, I just realized Color Out of Space was in 2019.
It was?
Yeah.
Well,
but
we can talk about it as if it's 2020.
I will. You know what? I'll just tell you what I've seen this year, because I think, for most part, when you really think about it, a lot of the movies that come out, especially in horror, they're really, sometimes they're just late to the game. Like, I just realized that I watched a movie came out in 2017 this year that I actually thought was really well done on Shudder called Revenge.
That was a good one.
And I thought that was
Ooh, I
excellent.
haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of good things.
Um,
Go
you
through
know,
it a little bit. Like, if somebody hasn't seen it, go through it. Kind of give it a pitch.
it's a graphic movie. It's definitely about a woman who has to survive a traumatic experience. But they do it very tastefully within the film. You get the point that it happens without it having to be overdone. The thing isn't so shocking that it makes you think about that thing inherently. It just allows you to know that it happened, and she's gonna get her just desserts about it. Like, she's gonna get her revenge, and it's a great revenge film. I thought it was really awesome, so I just saw that this year on Shudder. Like I said, I'm kind of late to the game. I saw A Color Out of Space. I realized that Host is 2020. I enjoyed Host. The people that put that, what's that?
Did you guys hear that?
What the fuck? What the hell? What is happening? Chase?
Host.
Oh my God.
Oh, what the fuck?
Are you okay?
You fucking fuck.
No, if you guys haven't seen Host, that's what it is mostly. It's people jumping at shit, falling over, and reacting to stuff off screen on the Zoom call.
Man, go fuck yourself. That was
a
I
good
thought
movie.
something was going on.
It was. See, I surprised you. It worked. That was a very effective jump scare. It was a good movie because of that.
I got your effective jump scare here, motherfucker. God damn you.
Did I get you?
You got him.
I did break my my tripod.
Is that what you call it these days?
Oh no, that's it's still in the cast. I broke that yesterday. I like that movie a lot. That was really fun and effective. Sam, what was your hot take on that movie?
I thought it was well done. I think that it was very well timed, obviously, with the pandemic. The people that put it together knew how to get to people at home. I mean, obviously, you watch horror to be kind of frightened, and there's like a reality to why people are frightened sometimes, like even if it's a paranormal thing. And I think maybe for a lot of people, the things that you watched in horror films that took place out in the world were less scary this year, maybe. And maybe they weren't necessarily less entertaining, but I felt like Host really tapped into the whole we're at home, we're quarantined, and our means of communication is a Zoom call or some kind of social media. And I think they played that very well. Basically what you would expect from a Zoom call horror film. But as I believe there's two kinds of payoffs that people enjoy, whether no matter what kind of medium they're in. And one of those payoffs is it's a surprise, and the other payoff is it's something that builds to exactly what you expect it to be, and that's why it's good. I think Host is the latter. It builds to exactly what you would assume would be that kind of movie. So yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
There's another movie too, Lucas. I think you probably saw it. It wasn't really pandemic centric, but it was called Scare Me on Shudder. It's 2 to 3 people in a cabin telling each other stories and trying to scare each other. Did you watch that one?
No, I didn't. Actually.
It was really good. It had the girl from The Boys in it. Did you guys ever see that show, The Boys, on Amazon, about the superheroes who are kind of dicks?
I think I've seen some of it, yeah.
Damn good show. I fucking love the second season. And my favorite character from the second season is in the movie Scare Me on Shudder. And she kind of plays like a snarky, know-it-all, famous author kind of character. She gets locked in the cabin with, I guess you would call him a budding writer at best. Somebody who thinks he's the next big thing, but clearly has no discernible talent. But, I don't know. Self-deprecation is fun.
Self-own!
Anyway, like, they're locked in the cabin together, and they're trying to tell each other scary stories, and a nice character arc develops between them. And that's what I liked about it, was not so much the stories they were telling, but how their way of telling stories affected their relationship. You guys got to check it out.
I saw some of the first season, and I heard a lot about the second season. So,
Of The Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good show. But also, speaking of the pandemic and Zombieland and all that cool shit, I know you guys didn't play The Last of Us Part 2, but it'd be remiss if we didn't talk about it. So The Last of Us Part 2 has got a lot of controversy, probably because it was announced a couple years ago, and it took a while to come out. Crunch culture, that was a big thing. Everybody getting rushed into getting everything perfected in time. It came out, and some fans didn't really care for it. It wasn't much like the first game at all. The characters were there. Half of them were there for the whole game. And it tells the story in a very novel-ish kind of way. I've mentioned Cormac McCarthy before in podcasts, and I think that is the closest we're going to get to a Cormac McCarthy video game, The Last of Us Part 2. Because it tells a very familiar story in a completely different way. And I'm not trying to suck the game's dick too hard here, but if you haven't played it, you got to check it out. No matter what you've heard about the game, it's worth playing, if only to get your own opinion on it. Don't trust anybody else's opinion until you've played the game. Take it out for a lovely dinner, buy that good game a drink, take it home and play with its buttons. Sam is off screen again. I think I broke Sam again. And
drink coffee. And
speaking of video games, you guys probably know this one, Resident Evil Part 3, Nemesis, the remake. Did you guys play it?
Nope.
I was trying to play RE0 and never got around to it. But what I understand about RE3 remake is that it was dreadfully short.
Yeah. And also they got Nemesis's teeth wrong. They made his teeth very rectangular. They were just straight, not like mine.
Chiclets?
Yeah, they were chiclets. And they weren't the sharp, beastly, gross zombie teeth. They were too perfect. Nemesis had after awesome dental care kind of teeth. He saw a very good orthodontist.
He had insurance after that first.
Man.
He used a stimulus check to get better teeth.
He had insurance after the original.
Yeah.
It was such a success, he could afford it.
He's like a first
world
world
good for
Nemesis.
him. Fucking good for him.
Okay, so going back from video games to movies and TV, what else have we seen? We've seen Possessor. I watched Possessor. Did you guys watch Possessor?
I have yet to watch it.
I have not seen it yet.
Been really wanting to watch it, obviously, because it's Cronenberg's son.
Yeah, Brandon Cronenberg.
Yep.
And that's actually a pretty good movie. My only disappointment is I was expecting something a little more just because of the name Cronenberg being attached. I was like, this isn't just going to be good. It's going to be above and beyond good, which was unfair of me as an audience member because I wanted something better than perfect. It was a goddamn good movie. It's very memorable and fun. If you haven't seen it, once again, worth checking out. It tells a story you've probably seen before, but in a new way. And that's a running theme with 2020 is you're seeing all the movies you've already seen, but the way they're done is what makes them so special. I guarantee every movie on this list you've seen in some iteration.
Well, speaking of that and using that, because I really haven't seen a lot in 2020, what movie would you guys use to describe 2020? What movie do people need to see to describe this year, metaphorically speaking? Metaphorically, we all wear masks, metaphorically speaking.
I would say, Jesus. Not Jesus, the person thing, but, Jesus, the expression, Jesus, I don't know the answer. Not like Jesus.
Like Jesus?
2020, I would say a good movie that describes 2020 metaphorically is Books of Blood on Hulu. My least favorite movie of this year.
You fucking ripped that one an asshole in your 31 days.
Well, I ripped its asshole, but I ripped its asshole out of love. But I hated that movie because I loved the Books of Blood, so fucking much. But Clive Barker, growing up, Clive Barker was the author that I wanted to read more of every single time. I never left a Clive Barker story saying that story was too long. It was always, I want more of the story. And the adaptation of Books of Blood, the biggest mistake was not only did they try to fit in, I think 2 Clive Barker stories in a very watered down way, they added in a new one, and Clive Barker is not the writer he was at the time he wrote Books of Blood. He's a different writer right now, and the stories don't really fit that caliber. Like, I feel like that movie was a mistake to make, and it was a mistake to put it on Hulu, of all places. If anything, it should be an HBO Max movie, because I don't know if you guys have read the Books of Blood, the anthologies. I think there were 5 or 6 of them by Clive Barker. They're very fucking violent, very sexually driven, very taboo books, and Hulu is just not the place for it. They couldn't do it. They couldn't stick the landing or even, get off the starting point. My hot take. And Hulu, if I'm ripping your
I just
asshole,
knocked over a shelf, so.
I knocked
Well,
over.
Should learn to respect you a little bit.
All right, so movie-wise, did you guys watch anything else this year? I mean, I feel like there have been a lot of movies coming out, but the thing is, this year, no matter how much content is available, not as many people are seeing it, and that kind of sucks. Like New Mutants, I was waiting for like 2 years to see that movie. The new X-Men movie that's not really an X-Men movie, but kind of is. It just barely fits in the timeline. It tries to keep the same timeline as the new X-Men movies, while also somehow including the timeline from Logan, which takes place in the future. It's very unclear. I fucking hate how Fox does their timelines for X-Men. It's just terrible. Did you guys watch that movie or hear anything about it? Because I thought it was fucking awful, and I watched 20 minutes and got bored.
I didn't care to see it. I'm not big into X-Men, so it was not. It like popped up on my radar, and then I'm like, meh.
It was bad.
I thought that the promotion for it, the whole horror side of it, if I'm not mistaken, I don't associate with X-Men. I don't care what their power is.
Their power is friendship, Sam.
Well, then they did a really shitty job at befriending me. So, they are fucking status blocked on my Facebook.
They're not X-Men. They're X-people.
Well, then they're not humans because they're X-people, which would totally get rid of the whole point of befriending them in the first place.
Yeah, they sent you a request.
I couldn't even said that out loud. I'm like,
Have you guys watched The Craft Legacy, which is the official sequel to The Craft?
I haven't even seen the original, but I've heard so many god-awful things about the sequel.
You've never seen The Craft?
I have not, actually.
Oh, God. All your credit just went down the toilet. Wow.
No, he's
okay.
I'm just giving you shit. I'm giving you
We
shit.
got a young one.
I'm just giving you shit. Yeah,
Look, this year, honestly, I'm almost in the same boat because I haven't seen a lot of current stuff. I've been catching up on shit. I just finally last month saw Tetsuo the Iron Man for the first time.
Good movie.
And fucking loved it. It's
You have to watch
Central.
everything else after that too.
with that,
You have to watch Bullet Man now too.
Yeah.
that's on my list. But yeah, no, fucking Tetsuo. I saw Tank Girl for the first time and enjoyed a lot of that. Tank Girl.
Tank. Okay, I thought I said Taint Girl.
I've never rented
That's
that
a
one.
different movie for a different podcast.
Where did that come from? Okay, so The Craft Legacy, the unofficial sequel to The Craft, which I think 2 of us have seen. Not my favorite sequel. It did everything wrong. Everything. It tried to be self-aware. It tried to be, reflective of the times. It used the word woke very loosely, first of all. That's one problem I had. Because
Oh boy.
No, I have no problem with the term woke. I like the woke movement a lot. It's just in this movie, their idea of woke is being a total fucking pussy. Like, that's their idea of being woke. If they say being woke is the opposite of being masculine, and I think you can be both. I think you can be masculine and woke. But in The Craft Legacy, it's one or the other. If you have masculine traits, you can't be woke. If you're woke, you're not masculine. And that was my big problem with that movie, is it represented... It didn't know what the fuck it was trying to say. It was trying too hard to be a crowd pleaser instead of just saying one thing. It was like, let's just play it safe, the whole movie, for 90 minutes. Let's play it really, really safe. There is no bad guy. Society's the bad guy. Social norms are the bad guy. There's no enemy in this movie. There's nothing for the characters to actively fight against. That was my problem.
Wow, you're really woke.
Well, so woke. Hashtag
Stay woke.
Hashtag
They be
woke.
creeping.
Hashtag masculine wokeness.
Sorry, I was just so woke for the last year. I was so woke. I'm really tired now. All right, so I think we've covered everything we have to cover. I'm Chase Will.
I'm Lucas Liner.
I'm Audioflesh.
And this has been CryptTeaze Family Fun Night 2020 Year in Review. Bye, guys.
Yeah, fuck this year.
Fuck 2020. Fuck it to death. Fuck it right up the...